Hey, it's Aisha Cogburn, and I've got a message for somebody today who is on their path to purpose. I'm talking about someone who is in business, in ministry, arts, entertainment, whatever it is that you're doing, but you know that you are doing that thing that God created you for, that thing that He is calling you to, but it's hard. You're going through challenges right now. And as you look around you, you see people who are doing the same thing that you're doing, and they're not even as gifted as you are. And they're thriving. Their businesses are booming. Their ministries are growing. Their books are selling. Their clothing line is doing well. And you're like, well, what am I doing wrong? And you're getting discouraged. And you're starting to even question if this is really what you're supposed to be doing. And if you find yourself in that place right now, I just want to share with you a little nugget that I got this morning that I believe is just for you. Now, it seems like this isn't related, but it completely is. So just stay with me for a minute. Now, if you've ever known a student who has been diagnosed with a learning disability here in recent times in the United States, in grade school in particular, then you know that that student was likely given what they call an IEP, an Individualized Education Program. And the purpose of an IEP is to help to minimize the impact of that disability on that student's progress in the educational system. Now, I believe that God gives us our own IEPs, or should I say IPPs, Individualized Path to Purpose. So you have an IPP, and God knows that we all have disabilities. Now, you may be sitting there saying, I don't have no disability. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm good at what I do. We all have disabilities. And if you don't believe me, just listen to the definition of the word disability and see if you agree with me. So the word disability is simply defined as a lack of adequate power, strength, or physical or mental ability. And it's also defined as anything that disables or puts one at a disadvantage. Have there been times on your path to purpose where you feel that you don't have adequate strength, power, or ability? I know I feel that way. Are there situations or circumstances in your life that you feel put you at a disadvantage? Yeah? Well, if you say yes to either of those questions, then my friend, you have a disability. But it's not a showstopper. But that is why God has given us our IPP, our Individualized Path to Purpose. He knows where He wants to take you, and He knows the weight, He knows the responsibility of what you're going to have to deal with when you get there. Now, I want you to imagine this. You reach that place of destiny. You're at the height of your success in business or in ministry. But every single night, you go to bed petrified because you don't know if you can handle what's coming the next day. Can you imagine how stressful that would be? Would you even enjoy getting to that place that you've been dreaming about if every day you're wondering if the bottom's going to fall out? I don't know about you, but I would not want to deal with that. And God doesn't want you to go through that either. And that's why you have an IPP, your Individualized Path to Purpose. He knows the deficiencies that you have. He knows the areas where you're weak, the areas where you're lacking faith, where your tactical abilities even need to be strengthened. And so many of the tests and the trials and the issues that you're going through right now are to build you up in those areas that are going to prepare you for where He's taking you. But yet you're struggling and upset and murmuring and ready to quit because He's preparing you. Stop it. The book of James 1 even tells us, and I'm paraphrasing here, but to rejoice, to count it joy, to be happy when we go through trials, when we go through temptations, because it is strengthening our faith. It is maturing us. It is making us complete and lacking nothing. Do you want to get to that place of purpose full of deficiencies, full of weaknesses, full of fear? Or do you want to get there knowing that in God you are capable, that His strength is made perfect in your weakness and able to have the impact that you know you were created for? Which do you choose? I'll take the struggles for 200, Alex. Because if that's what it takes to get you ready, go through it. You'll be better for it. Romans 8:28 tells us that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His what? To His purpose. So if you are called to the purpose that He has on your life, if you are walking that thing out, the stuff you're going through right now, as hard as it may seem, trust me, He's working it all together for your good. But you have to trust that. Trust your IPP, your individual path to purpose. It's preparing you. It's getting you ready. Just think about this for a minute. How does a student really know? How does a teacher really know if you're learning what it is that you're supposed to learn in the classroom? They give you a test, right? And when you ace that test, you walk away with a greater sense of accomplishment and confidence that you can apply what you learned in that classroom out there in the real world. But you keep trying to get up and walk out of the classroom. In fact, you're ready to drop out of school. Go ahead, take the test. Pass the test. If you don't pass it, go back and go through it again, because that's what's going to happen, because He's got to get you ready for where He's taking you. So rest in that today. Know that what you're going through is just for you. And stop comparing yourself to other people just because it looks like it's coming easy to somebody else. Trust me, you don't always know what's going on behind the curtain. Things may be even more of a struggle for them than they are for you. Or maybe they're just on the other side of it. So be encouraged. Know that you can do this. Know that God is ordering your steps and that His strength is made perfect in your weakness. Now, if this video has helped you at all, do me a favor and just go ahead and click like and be sure to share it. And you know what? I want to hear from you too. So let us know about your IPP. What are some of the things that you've gone through, the challenges that you've overcome, or even the skills that you've learned through some of the tests and the trials that you face that are preparing you for where God is taking you? Let us know. And as always, have a wonderful week on purpose.